Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Sweet Shawnee. If you're new, welcome. If you're old, welcome. Everyone says welcome. Well, this video. What can I call this video? I have my book right here with my notes. Here's a journey video, and the journey that I'm going to tell you guys about is called my bariatric surgery. So before all of that, let me tell you about, my journey of why I decided to choose that. I have an outline, but I'm gonna just start where I need to start. So guys, I've decided that I'm going to go through with my bariatric surgery. I've been contemplating it for about 2 years now, and this is the year that I decided to go through with it. And for the past 3 years, I've been diagnosed with PCOS. If you don't know what that is the polycystic ovary syndrome. So it's pretty much like it allows you to pretty much gain excessive weight, have acne. That's another thing I've been battling. It also gives me abnormal menstruation. So pretty much a little bit TMI, but I do not get my period every month. I do have to get prescribed progesterone. If the doctor noticed that I haven't gotten it within like a 3 months period or a 2 month period, they'll put me on progesterone to force my period to come. So I've been struggling with that. So when I was a teenager, I did go on birth control, and I got the implant on, the one that's in your arm, the one that's for 3 years, and then it was to be removed. I got it removed. So I had it for the 3 years, and then I had it for an additional 3 years, so in total 6 years. So I thought that probably I know they said 3 years, but I still thought, I don't know why I didn't get checked out, but I was just having fun. I wasn't getting my period. I get to go on vacation and not worry about like, oh my God, I wonder, I have to plan my vacation around my period or anything. And you know what? I was just living my best young life. So I didn't really think about it or care enough to think about it, because when I did have my period before I was on birth control, it was bad. Like I was throwing up, I was rolling on the floor. It was a bad period. So the fact that I wasn't having it even after the so-called birth control ended, I was enjoying it. I was living my best life. But eventually I grew up and I noticed that that's not normal. So I went to go get checked out for it. And yeah, they diagnosed me with PCOS. So with PCOS, since I no longer had my period, I knew that like the doctor was like, there's no treatment, like you can't cure it. It's something that's going to be with me for the rest of my life. And pretty much like, because I was on birth control, that kind of masked the symptoms a little bit. When I was diagnosed, it made pretty much like my hormonal levels is unbalanced. So it affects my period, it affects my weight gaining, the acne that I always have. You can see I have some scars here that I'm healing. I have acne all over my face. If you haven't watched the video prior to this, I dropped 2 videos. The first video was a makeup video. The second video was this hair video. So definitely like, comment, and run those up on the prior 2 video. If you saw my face before I placed the makeup on, there was battle scars. I'll call it battle scars, okay? I had battle scars all over my face, and that was also a symptom of PCOS. And I always wondered, like, once I got out of teenagehood, why did I continue to get acne? My family, my sister, my mom, even my brother didn't have acne like this, and it was only with me. And behold, I found out it was due to the PCOS. That's definitely a symptom. It also didn't allow me to lose weight, because there would be times that I would work out, I would eat healthy, and you know what? The weight just wasn't coming off. Prior before this, I did like a challenge to myself where I wanted to lose 20 pounds before my birthday, and I ended up losing 24, but I still didn't feel good. I still didn't feel like I accomplished something, because even though I lost the weight and I saw the numbers, I did not feel like I did, because honestly, this has been the biggest I've ever been in my life, and I just wanted to go. So I did speak to my doctor probably like a year before, and I was informed about the bariatric surgery, and I probably should think of like going down this path. And I started it, but then I stopped, and now I'm back here again. I've decided that I'm not going to stop the journey. I do have my first appointment tomorrow morning with my doctor, with my surgeon, and he's just going to pretty much let me know which, like, he's going to ask me some questions. I'm going to obviously ask him some questions, you know, about the surgery, what's the downtime is going to be like, how long do I have to take off of work, and, you know, etc., stuff like that. And also trying to get an idea as to like which surgery I want to do. I know with the bariatric surgery, it's either the gastric sleeve, the bypass, and the gastric sleeve and the bypass, and there's a few others, but I do have to pretty much like consult with my physician to see like, hey, which one does he recommend that I need. Another thing that with the PCOS, it does cause infertility. It doesn't mean that you can't have a baby. In my case, I've never been pregnant, and I want to make sure that I'm healthy enough to go full term with when I'm ready to settle down with my husband and have that, you know, next step. Now, I do have some notes here. I'm just gonna go. As I mentioned, I was diagnosed with PCOS. It does require you to be medically diagnosed, so make sure you go to the doctor, speak to them. If you're having the same symptoms that I am, definitely speak to your doctor and let them run some tests, some blood work, and, you know, they could go ahead and cancel some out. Some of the symptoms are abnormal menstruation, so it's either you have really heavy or you don't have your period at all, overweight, weight gain, acne, infertility, oily skin. I do have oily skin, so that's why if you watch my makeup before this, I'm always spraying down with the matte spray every time, because my skin does get oily and I have to make sure that like everything I use is mattifying, because look at it now. You could still see some oil seeping through. It doesn't have a cure, as I mentioned, so definitely like it's going to be with me for the rest of my life. I do have to eat healthier. I did do my research on it. Pretty much like they're saying that like the best meal plan for PCOS is the Mediterranean diet, and I have started, you know, dabbling because I am a Caribbean background, so everything is dumpling or rice, like high carbs. Okay, bye. I know how to go high carb, especially the rice, the yams, the dumpling, the potatoes, like yams, bananas, bro. But I can't, with PCOS, I can't be eating all of that, so I do have to curb that a little bit. Treatment does consist of hormones and self-care, meaning eating healthy. I already started that journey. I am looking to more Mediterranean dishes. I'm going to be trying out, and again, you guys are coming on this journey with me, and to exercise more. To get treated, I would say to go see your OBGYN, your primary care doctor, or endocrinologist. I saw my OBGYN, they did some blood work on me, and pretty much that's how I was treated. Now back to the bariatric. They said that my provider that I spoke to informed me that a bariatric, because I spoke to both my primary care provider, which is my PCP, and my OBGYN. I do have them separate, don't ask me why. I spoke to both of them, and they did inform me that like, oh, bariatric is good because of my BMI, and like, you know, it's to treat fertility and to make sure that my menstruation is on track, and the weight gain. Like, I want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to feel like I'm that girl, and I do feel like I'm that girl sometimes, but not all the time. So this is mostly for me. Now, when it comes to the bariatric surgery, I do work in insurance, so I was already on top of my insurance game before I went to pick out my provider and made my appointment. So little things that you should know with insurance: find out what your coverage is for bariatric surgery. It is very important to plan and prepare. As I mentioned, I already knew that this year was going to be the year, so I set up a financial account, whether it's an HSA or FSA, whichever one your job offers. If they offer both, girl, go ahead. These are pre-tax money that could use to pay for whatever. This goes for anything. If you're having a baby, if you're having surgery, any type of surgery, if you know you're going to have it, or just in case you don't know what might happen, it's just good to have a financial account. So I had that prepared for this year. I do have an HSA and an FSA that I'm going to go ahead and like use up towards my bariatric. So definitely find out your coverage. I called my insurance, but I needed to call and speak to make sure that I got all the information that's needed. I already knew what questions to ask. So call your insurance, say, hey, I'm interested in getting the bariatric surgery. What are the requirements? My insurance did inform me that in order for me to get the surgery, I do have to be working at the company for 2 years. Luckily, I'm going on my 3rd, so I'm in my 2 years, so check, 2 years. And then I would have to be a part of the Bariatric Resource Program. So the Bariatric Resources Program is pretty much a program that you get to speak to a registered nurse. Some of the nurses, they've been in the field for the past, I want to say, like the nurse that I spoke to, for example, been in the field for the 15 years. So she was giving me all the tea. Okay, so make sure you get somebody experienced. They're going to ask you a lot of questions like your weight, your height, what you eat, what's your schedule like, do you work out, all of that. They're going to get in your business, okay? But at the end of the day, it's to help you better yourself. So the Bariatric Resources Program also helped me find providers that are in network with me. And I had to be a part of the Centers of Excellence program to, like their provider network in order for the surgery to be covered. So it's a good thing that I didn't go and try to find a doctor myself, because if I found a doctor myself and they weren't a part of that program, my surgery wouldn't be covered, girl. So definitely get the tea from your insurance. Your insurance will give you a lot of information, okay? Also with that program, I learned that, hey, if I choose one of these doctors, these are the hospitals that I would have to go to. So even if you do find someone that's in the program, in the Centers of Excellence, for example, like me, they could only do the surgery at certain hospitals. So it's really, really important to definitely reach out to your insurance to get this information, because listen, I'm all about saving a coin, and whatever I need to do to save that coin, I'm going to do. Also with my insurance, they do also require me to have like at least 3 months of dietary, speaking to a doctor about like what you're eating, being on a diet, like a medical weight loss program, 3 months of a medical weight loss program prior to surgery. Pretty much like, hey, if I decide to do the surgery, I have to start speaking or trying to, lose the weight myself. And if that doesn't work, then yeah, you definitely have to do the surgery. That's what I'm guessing. Again, I'm just thinking that's the reason why they need me to do that. I know previously when I started the program, it was 6 months, but now I'm on a new insurance. I knew that I was getting the surgery done, so I wanted insurance that pretty much like, hey, if I do a surgery, I know that surgery is $5,000 and my out-of-pocket max for the year is $4,000. After $4,000, I'm not going to pay anything else for the rest of the year. And I'm going to doctor's visits, so it's just going to lower my cost, even though I'm paying more in my premium, girl. But at the end of the day, I'll pay less for the hospital. Okay? So it's really important. Like, reach out to your insurance, and they should be able to break this down for you, okay? Let's see. Some insurance also require you to go through the second MD program. My insurance, thank God, didn't require that, but it's also a good program. If your insurance does have it available to you, definitely reach out to them and see like, hey, what other information can you provide to me that I couldn't get from the Bariatric Resources and also from my provider. And they do have good clinicians there also that will be able to just break it down for you and give you any type of other resources you may need. Even find people that's also in your area that's going through the same program, and a community that surgery together could pray together, okay? Like at the end of the day, like it's always good to have someone to go through this journey with you. Like sure, your family is one thing, but another person that you know that they're going through the steps with you, like it's good to have that. So join, you know, Facebook groups and stuff. I haven't joined it as of yet. Again, like I'm going to look for a Facebook group to join, because it's good to have some, like, you know, a fellow bariatric patient that, you know, you could talk to, like, hey, my surgery's this day, this is how I'm feeling, I'm nervous, da 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 da. It's good to have that. I know one thing with the surgery, they're going to require you to have someone to bring you to the hospital and bring you home. So make sure you have like a loved one, a friend, a family, whoever that's available to you, to go ahead and do that, because that's very important. They're not going to allow you to leave the hospital if you don't have someone to drive you home, because obviously you're going to be under medication. You can't drive yourself, sweetheart. Anyways, let's go back to the insurance. With my insurance, they only cover the bypass and also the sleeve. I know there's other bariatric surgeries you could do, but those are the only two my insurance cover. So confirm with your insurance which surgery they cover. If your insurance cover all of them, oh my God, kudos to you. Love it. But my insurance, I found out which one they cover. I got the 2 CPT codes that they cover. So I do have to, like, you know, I'm going to speak to my doctor saying, hey, these are the 2 CPT codes. My insurance already told me this is all they cover. They don't cover the whatever the other ones are, the fancy ones, just this and this. Honestly, I am looking to do sleeve, but then again, I'm going to consult with my doctor, and whichever one he said is best for me. Obviously, he's the professional. He's the one that done the surgery multiple times. This is just my first time even like really being serious about it. So I'm going to go with what my doctor says. Again, with the dietary program, you could either do that with my insurance. They said that you could either do that through your provider, or you could do that through pretty much, you could do that through your provider, or you could do that through the weight loss program. So I actually signed up for the weight loss program because I'm like, I need to be on top of it. Like I have my first appointment February 5th. My weight loss program is literally the 6th. I am doing what I need to do because I am serious about this. I have the money set aside for this. I am moving forward. So as I mentioned, I will be filming this journey. I'm not sure if my doctor's going to allow me to film him in there, but I will ask, and you know, end of the day, I'll cut out the important stuff about my weight and all that. But I'll have everything else ready, and your girl is gonna do it. Do it. Yeah, so yeah, confirm any authorizations. Back to the insurance, sorry, I got distracted. Confirm all authorizations that need to be done, if it's going to be through you or through the provider. Most likely, if you're going to an in-network provider, they're the one that's going to be in charge of the authorization anyways. Confirm the providers, confirm the hospital, make sure that you are on top of it, okay? Because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, the insurance and the provider both drop the ball at times. So just make sure that like you're doing everything on your end that you need to do. Now, in addition to finding out about, you know, going to the appointment and also being a part of the weight loss program through your provider or your insurance, whichever one you decided to do, you still have to do your due diligence, right? Preparing for the surgery is just not going to be it. Like you're still going to be needing to do what you need to do. So I do have my own plan separate from what I have to do through my insurance and through my provider. I have my own like, okay, regimen. Like I'm going to be working out 3 to 4 times a week, right? Only because like I know like if you're going through surgery, it's better to be more active and just like keep moving and do what you need to do. I do have a plan that I'm going to work out 3 to 4 times a week. My workout is going to be at least like a 30-minute walk every day. Also, my plan also is to do like a 20 to 30-minute mat Pilates. You can find those on YouTube. Like I found a few that I've saved already, and I'm just going to start with that. I know Pilates is not easy, but at the end of the day, I need to, as I mentioned, I need to make sure that my body is strong enough to handle whatever surgery or whatever I'm doing. Okay, also I'm going to do more weight training. I know that like when I research PCOS and I'm reading about people who are diagnosed and you know people are working out and stuff, a lot of the workouts they're doing is not a lot of cardio, they're doing more weight training. And you know what, I actually enjoy weight training. It's a little bit harder, but you know what, it makes me feel good. And I don't really like doing cardio like that, I'm gonna be honest. That's why I said I'm going to just be walking more. So the weight training for me works out perfectly. I'll just add more weights. I don't know what plan I'm gonna follow yet. I just know that like, hey, I'm gonna get in the gym, I'll do whatever, you know, whatever I feel, whatever my body go, whether it's arms, legs, you know, I'll do it. But so I'm going to do weight training, Pilates, and cardio is my walking every day. My eating, I'm going to be doing more like a high protein, low carb diet. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna come from yard. All right, so that's going to be the biggest challenge for me, is just like the way I eat, because for the past 30 years I've been eating yard food like yam, banana, dumpling, rice. Like that's been my go-to. So now, as I mentioned, it's going to be less of that and more protein. So you know, I'm going to be eating more fish, more chicken. I'm going to cut back on the pork. I'm going to be honest, I probably cut pork out my life completely. I'm not really a red meat eater, so most of my dishes does contain mostly chicken and seafood. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be eating. I'm going to be eating a lot more veggies, you know, broccoli, lettuce, cucumbers. This dish I found with a cucumber that is amazing. I can't wait to share it with y'all. But I will be doing a lot of that. And yeah, that's going to be my journey. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, sugar. We do have to cut the sugar out, okay? So I'm not going to say cut it out completely because that's unrealistic. I'm going to be honest, especially for somebody that drinks coffee, or you know, I love me my Starbucks drinks, and I'll be like, extra caramel, extra, put some brown sugar in that. Oh, that chai? Like, how am I going to cut sugar? But anyways, just have it less. So if I am used to drinking like 2 to 3 cups per day, probably 1 cup per day, and that's going to be my sugar intake. And then everything else is just going to be water, salted water. Drink more natural juice. If you have a juicer, that works perfectly. If not, you know, 1 cup plus lots and lots of water. I got myself a Stanley. I have my Camel bag and I have my Stanley dupe. I'm going to be drinking water all day. Okay, I still do drink water all day, because like I realize when I have like a water bottle, you're just going to drink it. If it's there, you're going to drink it, especially like if I bring it around with me everywhere. I don't have it right here in this room, it's actually in the bedroom. But yeah, like you're going to be drinking lots and lots of water. I'm a little bit worried about, like, you know, once the surgery's finished, what my eating habit is going to be like, because you know, you won't be able to eat as much. So I'm kind of excited and nervous just to speak to the doctor about that, to see what type of plan he will have for me or what he recommends. That's all I have for now. I can't wait to bring you guys on this journey with me. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I am a little bit proud of myself that I'm actually going to go through with this. And yeah, I can't wait to just bring you guys on here, let you guys know what the real tea is, especially with the insurance. If you have any questions, definitely drop it in the chat below. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to check out this makeup video and this hair video that I posted previously. Run the likes up on that. Thank you so much for supporting me, for everyone that's supporting me, guys. Oh, before I go, I will be also recording my workouts and, you know, keeping me there. I won't be weighing myself every week. I will be weighing myself every month, because I feel like if I do every week, I'll just get discouraged. I'm like, oh my God, I barely lost anything. I already know how I'm going to feel, so I'm just going to be doing it every month. That way, at least if it's 3 pounds, I'll be happy, because I used to get on the schedule and it said 0, and I'll be like, what? with all that workout I did, with all that water I did, I didn't have coffee this week. So it's just going to be more documentation whenever I go to the doctor. If my doctors allow me to, you know, film and like do this journey, then sure. If not, then I'll let y'all know what happens during the office. I'll bring a book with me so I can write down everything just in case they say nothing. I'll have my questions. I don't have them right now. I just have to research some more questions that I will ask the doctor tomorrow. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are with me through this journey. If you're also going through this journey, please let me know down below in the comment section. This is going to be something new for me, and it's going to be, I'm being open because like this is what this channel is for. This is what my channel is for me to be open, more free. So yeah, happy 2024 guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.